Good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 13. Busy week this week, just in that you are finishing essay number 3 and starting Born a Crime. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of walk you through the module. Sorry I didn't get this posted yesterday. I was in meetings and grading, and it just didn't happen. So I'm going to click on modules just so that you can see what is in this week's module. I know that you can click on this week's module here in the link, but I want you to actually see all of the things that are not going to show up on your to-do list because they're instruction material. So obviously the assignment, but information about how to cite your sources, especially all those government sources that we use at the very beginning. There's a page here that basically all you have to do is copy and paste for most of the material in this unit for us. Your MLA format reminders, some reminders about what to do before you submit your essay. And then you are submitting your essay in 2 different places this time. The first is the Google Doc, where you're going to submit the link and make sure that I have editing access. And then the second, you're going to upload it to Turnitin.com. And Turnitin.com is essentially a plagiarism checker. So you're going to be uploading it in both places. With regard to the plagiarism checker, one thing that you might notice after you submit it is that it might come back with like 20 or 30% plagiarized. What that usually means is that's evidence that you have pulled and that the checker finds online. So what happens when I see any kind of percentages at all is I go into that Turnitin.com assignment and I just take a look and see what's been flagged. Like I said, usually it's material that you can find online, right? But every now and again, I see material that's been copied and pasted from various other student essays, and that's when we have a problem. The essay was due yesterday on Monday, but you have until tomorrow, Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. to go ahead and submit both of your assignments in on time. Okay, so that's kind of the overview of finishing up essay number 3. I guess the last thing I'll say with regard to essay number 3 is that you have your final takeaway quiz for Unit 3, and this is the space that kind of gives you an opportunity to reflect a little bit on the unit. You know, what did you learn about college? Maybe even about yourself in terms of your own college journey, whether you're continuing, whether you're working on a certificate program. You know, did you learn something about your salary or about where you think you want to live? You know, it's kind of some open-ended questions there. And then the takeaway quiz also asks you to kind of look at where you are right now with your grade, right? In terms of your points in the class and in terms of the feedback that you received on essay number 1 and essay number 2. So you need to kind of have some of that that in mind before you approach that quiz. Like, what feedback did you get on essay 1 and essay 2 as you are now heading into essay number 3? Okay, that's done with Unit 3. Unit 4 is our final unit of the semester, and it is Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Born a Crime. I love this book. I have been teaching this book for probably 3 years, and students really like it. I would encourage you to listen to the book. I've given you kind of a step-by-step guide here for how to set up an Audible account. You can do it, sign up for their 30 free day trial. If you do that and then you cancel it before the end of those 30 days, then you can listen to the book for free. And what's better than that? You can actually get a physical copy of the book, gasp, but you can also read the PDF here. I personally, I don't know about you, but I get tired looking at a computer screen all day. So the last thing I want is to actually look at it for a book. But it's here for you. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. So you have some options there. I have given you the reading schedule, and this is not going to change, largely because it takes us up until the very end of the semester. So I've had some students ask if you're writing an essay about this book. And the answer is no, not really. You're not writing an essay about this book, but you are writing a fourth essay. That's your final essay of the semester. And it is, it's your final. And I put it in quotes because I hate to think of it in terms of a final exam, but the course is required to have one. It is a timed write, it's a timed essay, where you'll be able to explore, or I should say it's open-ended. It's not like essays 1, 2, or 3 where you are asked a specific prompt. The final is much more open-ended, and you kind of have some choice about what you want to write about. You might think then, oh, sweet, that means I don't have to read the book. No, you still do need to read the book. There are discussion boards throughout the week. There are some extra credit opportunities. And then there's one kind of assignment towards the end where you'll kind of track certain things that have taken place over the course of the book. So, and again, it's kind of a fun read. Students generally really enjoy it. So I hope that that is also true for you. Again, if you are in the car, on the bus, on BART, I would encourage you to listen to the book. He also narrates it, so it's just great. But we are starting the book this week. So your first discussion board is due on Thursday with a reply due by Friday. And what I'm asking you to do is kind of track one of the themes that he's talking about so far in the book. Again, this is his life story, and it's a fascinating one. But what does he seem to be saying about family, or about the environment, or race, or language, or faith? And kind of thinking about what that means as far as kind of some of the bigger ideas that he's talking about. It is a little bit of a longer post, 200 words. So you need to make sure you include the word count here. And then what I'm asking you to do after you have written your post, you've written your 200 words and you've used a piece of evidence, is you're going to be asking a question, right? Something that came out of the first 4 chapters for you. And you're going to put that at the end of your discussion board post. And then, not surprisingly, your peers are going to reply to your question, right? And so when you're posting your reply, then you can kind of skim through what people were asking and choose someone you want to respond to, and you're going to respond to that person's question. The goal here isn't necessarily to find answers, right? The goal is to have a conversation about the book and conversation about some of these themes that were coming up for you. So that is the discussion board that's required for this week. There's your reminder. And then we're kind of at the end of the week. So big things, essay number 3, your takeaway quiz, starting Born a Crime, you have a writing territory due Friday. Yeah. Next week we'll kind of simmer down quite a bit. I don't know that I'll have your essays back to you. Well, I would love to have them back to you by this Friday, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see. I will send an email and post an announcement in Canvas and in Pronto once I'm done with those essays. In the meantime, I do have some conferences available today on Tuesday if you have anything last minute that you'd like to review for your essay. And if anything comes up, please don't hesitate to let me know. Send me an email, carrier pigeon, whatever it might be. Let me know what I can do to help support you as we go into these last 4 weeks of class. All right, everybody, have a great day. Talk soon.